Good morning, Card Media. It's RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 1988. Product from Sports Flicks called Game Winners. So this was a box set. You know how much I love my little box sets. Box set of 25 cards of some of the game's greatest stars of the day. They called it Game Winners. Just a very basic design, as Sports Flicks was wont to do. That was their logo of the day. Cool little card. This one's loose in my collection. I have a box set version. It's in the box set, obviously, but Mike Schmidt Game Winners card from 1988. Today's random baseball item of the day. I was looking through my old cards. I mentioned that on Monday. Even was looking through my old 1990 Donruses. Came across this card. Bart Giamatti, commissioner. Giamatti died suddenly of a heart attack about 8 days after he suspended Babe Ruth from baseball indefinitely. This one here is a bio card. It talks about him. Gives a little bit of his little poem. Bart Giamatti was a bit of a scholar. I think he was president of Yale University. Yeah, president of Yale, so he was a very smart guy. Huge baseball fan. Above and beyond, a huge baseball lover. He was a poet and did poems about baseball in his spare time. His Topps version of this card actually has just the poem on the back, I think, although it might have some bios. I've been thinking for a long time, I just want to get because I like Bart Giamatti because he was a baseball man, and wanted to get the Topps card slabbed, I thought. But the price to get a slab version, believe it or not, because very few people have done it, it's kind of pricey. So maybe what I'll do is I'll buy a cheap 1990 Topps set, or just get a loose one and get it slabbed myself. I don't know. Anyway, Bart Giamatti, former commissioner of baseball, 1990 Donruss card. My random baseball item of the day. Today's trivia question. In 1936, the Hall of Fame was created just as a list. The building didn't open until 1939, but starting in 1936, they started inducting people to a Hall of Fame just in namesake only. Now, famously, the first 5 inductees were Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, and Honus Wagner as players, and then Christy Mathewson and Walter Johnson as pitchers. Now, there were a number of other people who received votes. The Hall of Fame standard to get elected has always been 75% of the votes cast. And I do not recall when it was the baseball writers there, if it was always the baseball writers, but it was 75% of those votes cast you needed to acquire in order to be elected. There were over 50 players who received votes in that inaugural class, but only those 5 got in. My question to you is, who was number 6? Who had the highest total of votes on the first ballot, but didn't get elected? That's the question. Send me an email with the correct answer, what you're playing for. 1980 Topps Carlton Fisk card. This is actually a pretty good looking one. It's not perfectly centered, so it wouldn't garner a 10, but it is a very nice looking Topps card. The corners are all pretty well intact. So 1980 Topps Carlton Fisk is the prize, if you can send me the correct answer to that question. So I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question. You'll have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. So, in my quest to get every box set, I actually found a little-known set produced by a company called Lime Rock International, okay? Lime Rock International, they made some long-forgotten, absolutely worthless cards. But one of them was a 3-card set of the Griffey family. If you recall, Ken Sr. obviously was a long time great player, and obviously Ken Griffey Jr., one of the best and a Hall of Famer. Most people, well, a lot of people recall that Ken's little brother Craig also was a baseball player and did play briefly at the major league level. I don't think he ever, well, certainly was never anything really great. Maybe he didn't even make the majors for all I know. Anyway, this company called Lime Rock produced a 3-card set of holograms of the Griffey family. So let me see if I can't try and it's not very good quality, you know. That's probably one of the reasons why they weren't very popular with collectors. It's hard to see. I'm trying to look through the phone here and see how I can get it to you. That's Ken Sr. And then the back looks like this. I guess those are the 2 boys instead of his image. There's Ken Jr. Let me see if I can't get, you kind of see the image there. Difficult to see. Griffey, what's his name? Griffey Baseball? Griffey Baseball. There's Junior's picture on the back, some stats on Junior. And then lastly, you have Craig. There's a great upper deck card of all 3 of them. At one time, I had a baseball signed by all 3 years ago. And there's your Craig. Now, it's a cautionary tale, this purchase. It came with a certificate of authenticity. Okay. Now, limited production of 250,000 sets. You could actually get, there were 3,000 promotional cards. So 3,000 of these were promotional ones. There were 25 glass proofs of each hologram and 100 uncut sets. And apparently there were a limited, there were 883 cards each inserted as, instead of just getting these 3 cards, you could get an autographed version. So there's a facsimile autograph in all of these, but you could actually get a real autographed version in some cases. So this company did go all out pretty, to get a lot of people to buy these sets. Now, I say it's a cautionary tale because when I buy sets, whenever I buy anything in the mail, okay, so it comes in a package. Usually the packages are really, tightly wrapped and taped and everything. And I'll just go in there and I'll take my scissors and cut. Because you reach in there, you feel where's the cards. Okay, make sure the cards aren't at the end. Okay, wiggle around, make sure it's not at the end. Okay, snip, 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 open up, no problem. I've never had a problem in my life. Never accidentally cut a card, never came close, never a big deal. Until recently when I picked up this set, because I was told it was a box set. And every time I looked at it, there was a special box. All the pictures, it looked like a special box in the image on the bay. And these sets, the whole thing is like $5. That whole thing is like a $5 purchase. So I'm not kicking myself in that I ruined something valuable. But I cut, and unfortunately, it wasn't a box inside there. It was this little kind of like cardboard portfolio. And sure enough, I cut along the edge and cut the corner off of this sucker. What I felt inside were these 3 cards here down at one end. So I assumed the box was down at that one end because I felt something hard in there, and it turned out to be my mistake, and I went ahead and cut right through this envelope. Now I'm kind of debating if I want to get the envelope back. Typically, what they expected you to do, like somebody put these cards in the top loaders, but you can see they got little spots here to put the card in there, and you were to keep the whole thing together in this little packaging. And I imagine this might have been how it was mailed out to the people who purchased it. I'm debating whether or not I want to buy another set just so I can get this this guy corrected. This one's going to go in the trash. I waited to throw it in the trash until I shared this experience with y'all. Yeah, so I was obviously none too happy that I destroyed the envelope. But again, it was really like a $5 purchase, and these are all over the bay, including the envelope. So I'm debating whether or not I should go ahead and buy another round for $5 just to get the envelope. That's just how crazed I am about perfection in my collection. I want to have everything the way it's supposed to be had, not just 3 loose cards, but 3 loose cards with a certificate and an envelope. To me, that's complete. 3 loose cards isn't necessarily complete in my way of thinking. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. Should I not bother wasting the $5 on getting the envelope, buying the cards again? Maybe if I buy the envelope and get the cards again, I could just, trade those away to somebody or just give them away as a contest win or something. But I'm going to keep the envelope, Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you like that video, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody else in this great card community, all right? Thank you very much for watching. Come back again on Friday because we got one more trivia prize to give away. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.